Welcome to Dr. Jaya's Virtual School. Loic School, Level 4. Academic Week 4, Language Skills. Reading. What are mammals? Mammals. The mammals, class Mammalia, includes everything from mice to elephants, bats to whales, and of course man. The amazing diversity of mammals is what has allowed them to live in any habitat from desert to Arctic to the deep ocean. They live in trees, they live on the ground, they live underground and in the caves. Every small and big animal which produces its own offspring are mammals. Mammals have hair or fur, give birth to live young. Mammal mothers nurse their young with milk, have lungs and need air to breathe. Mammals that live on land have 4 legs and ears that stick out, warm-blooded. Most mammals have ears, whiskers, muzzles, tail, mane, jaws, claws, paws, antlers, hoofs, and also they have like a prehensile tail too. Most mammals, the big ones especially, even the small ones, live under the trees. Some are active during the day, they are called diurnal, while some are active at night, they are called nocturnal, and some are just active at dawn and dusk, they are called crepuscular. Some are active during the day. There are many mammals which are diurnal, meaning they are active during the day. They include numbats, the only truly diurnal, horses, cattle, sheep, and other stock animals. Some domesticated pets such as dogs, almost all primates such as chimpanzees, gorilla and monkeys, some marine mammals such as dolphins. Cattle, very active during the day. Animals that are very active in the night, some of them are the tigers, cockroaches, fireflies, kangaroos, porcupine, scorpion, badger, hedgehog, koalas, and bats, cat, also catfish, cricket, lion, mouse, red fox, and white-faced storm rattle. Some are just active at dawn and dusk. A number of animals, familiar mammal species, are crepuscular, including some bats, hamsters, house cats, dogs, rabbits, ferrets, guinea pigs, and rats. Other crepuscular mammals include ocelots, prosimines, red pandas, deer, moose, and the common mouse, skunks, wombats, squirrels, spotted hyena, and bobcats, capybaras, African wild dogs, and also extinct tigers, Tasmanian tigers. Crepuscular birds include the common nighthawk, chimney swift, American woodcock, and spotted crake. Many moths, beetles, flies, and other insects are crepuscular and in particular vespertine. They live alone, that is solitary, or in great herds, gregarious. They mate for life, they are monogamous, or form harems, polygamous. Some of them are carnivore, like bull shark, Nile crocodile, piran, and Gila monster. Some are herbivore, like panda, rabbit, deer, grasshopper. There are some who are omnivores too. These are animals able to eat both plants and animals. Some of the omnivores are humans, most bears, raccoons, most primates, apes and monkeys, and seagulls and other birds. Mammals come in all shapes and sizes, from the tiny pygmy shrew weighing 1/10 of an ounce, that is 2.8 grams, to the blue whale weighing more than 3 lakh pounds. They have a huge variation in lifespan, from a small rodent living 1 year to an elephant living 70 years. Generally, the bigger the mammal, the longer the lifespan, except for bats, which are as small as rodents but can live for up to 20 years. Mammals, though huge variation exists in mammals, there are a few physical traits that unite them. Mammals are covered with body hair. Now, hair is important for keeping mammals warm in cold climates, protecting them from sunburns and scratches, and used to warn off others, like when a dog raises the hair on its neck. Sometimes hair is adopted as a protective tool, like the spines on a porcupine or the shield on a pangolin. Hairs can be used to feel for things like the whiskers on a cat or sea lion, or act as camouflage to blend into the mammal's habitat. Mammals have 3 middle ear bones. They are called malleus, hammer, incus, anvil, and stapes, stirrup. They greatly improve a mammal's hearing, which allows a better ability to communicate. Specifically, when sound waves hit the eardrum, these small bones transmit the vibration from the eardrum to the inner ear. Female mammals have mammary glands that make milk to feed their young. The milk is full of fat and protein that helps young grow and develop, giving them a good start towards surviving to adulthood. Mothers, sometimes fathers, will protect young from predators and often live with them even after they are done nursing, to allow them to learn how to hunt, survive predation, or be in a social group. Mammals have a backbone with great leg mobility, making them an agile group of animals. Mammals have specialized teeth, with some for cutting, some for grabbing and tearing, and some for crushing and grinding. Mammals are the most important species on the world. Writing autobiography. An autobiography helps children learn about themselves and what is important to them. How to write an autobiography is a way to develop writing skills as well as an outlet to research our personal and family histories. An exercise in writing an autobiography can give the opportunity to investigate who we are and where we come from. Put life story together through photographs and important dates with the help of parents so that you have a variety of materials to choose from. To start with, and your parents to choose 5 to 8 important photos. Ask them to provide a list of important dates such as memorable trips or celebrations. Ask parents to include family members, birthdays and other milestones such as the first day of kindergarten, first day you walked or the first words you spoke and when. Make an autobiography for yourself. Use language and phrases you understand. Make sure to include lots of photos, including baby pictures, as photos will be the main material that they will work with. You can make a small book to pass around or upload your autobiography as a slide presentation to show. Outline. Introduction. Start your autobiography by finishing one of the following statements as a catch your reader's attention sentence, then write the intro following the format. I learned that I had to stand on my own 2 feet and take responsibility for my life when, or I have discovered that one thing I can count on in this life is, or I finally realized what was important in life when. I think the most important thing to remember in life is, or this will set the tone for your story. Make sure you tie it all together to lead into the story of who you are. Early years before kindergarten. How would your parents describe you as a baby? How about as a young child 1 to 4 years? Ask them. Give at least one story that shows how you fit this description. It doesn't matter whether or not you remember the story. What was your favorite toy or stuffed animal? Where did it go? Why did you love it? Do your parents or siblings have any funny stories they tell about you? What are they? Do they have any memory of the event? What were you most afraid of as a small child? Anything that stands out in your mind from childhood? Moves, births, deaths, injuries, pets. Elementary years, K3. What is your first memory about school? This can be any memory, getting on the bus, first day of school, something major that happened. In elementary school, what teachers do you think had the most influence on you, either positive or negative? Think of a vivid memory that will show that about the teachers. You don't need to talk about every grade, just things that stick out in your mind. Who were your friends? What do you most remember about your times with them? How did you handle the bullies or the kids in your school who thought they were cool and tried to pick on other kids? Were you one of them? How did you treat people? Tell a story about a tough time you had during this time in your life. Family. Who were the members of your family? Describe them. Don't list them. What are some of the more interesting things you do as a family. Describe traditions you have. Pancakes on Sunday, going to jumping jacks the day it opens, watching fireworks at the lake, whatever. Do you have a favorite pet? What do you always want to remember about your pet? What funny, sad, or annoying things does your pet do? Are there any people outside of your family that you consider family and that are important to you? Share a memory of time spent from them. Ask your parents the question, what are some words of wisdom they want you to have that they wish someone had told them when they were your age? Why are these words of wisdom important? Present year, 4th grade. How do you feel about your first year in the middle school? How did things go? What was of your best days, your worst? How have your old friends changed? Who are your new friends? How have your activities with them changed? How did you do academically this year? Any regrets? Anything you plan on doing differently next year? Describe who you are as a person. What have you learned about yourself this year? What have you learned about others? How have you changed this year? What would you like to change about yourself if you could? This is personality, not physical things. What have you learned about how to get along in life this year? Lessons about getting along with others, about what is and isn't it important in a friend or in life. Anything else you'd like to talk about that happened this year? Future. What are your goals for the rest of the time you are in middle school? What plans do you have for yourself both during and after high school? How do you plan to obtain these goals? Minimum paragraph, total 15 to 17. Here is a sample autobiography of a tiger. How unhappy I am shut up behind the bars of this cage. I have a very little space in which to move about. I have enough to eat and am well looked after. Yet I am not at all happy. I will recall my early life in a Bengal forest. There I roamed happily with my father and mother. My father was the king of the forest. All the other animals feared him. My mother killed game and fed me. One day a group of hunters shot down and killed my parents. They carried me away with them. They put me in this zoo. At first I am very unhappy. I missed my mother a lot. Gradually I had get used to living here. I am now a full-grown tiger. I look magnificent in striped coat. If I roar, my keepers run for their lives. What makes me very sad is that I have been deprived of my freedom. Every day crowds of visitors come and stare at me. I hate to be stared at. Some of them even harass me by pushing sticks or rods into my cage. If only I were free, I would have taught them a good lesson. But since I am not, I have to put up with their ill treatment. How I wished I could go back to my forest home and enjoy my freedom once again. Nothing could make me happier than that. Grammar.
Parts of verbs. Principal parts of verbs. Dictionaries give more than definitions. Look up the verb speak. After it, you may see speaking, spoke, and spoken. These four verb forms are called the principal parts of the verb. Each part has a special name. present tense, infinitive, present participle, past tense, and past participle.
Principal parts of verbs: regular verbs and irregular verbs. There are four forms of verbs: present form, present participle, past tense, and past participle. Speak becomes speaking, spoke, spoken. Write, writing, wrote, written. Sing, singing, sang, sung. Act, acting, acted, acted. Stop, stopping, stopped, stopped. Hope, hoping, hoped, hoped. Regular and irregular verbs. The present participle and the past participle cannot stand alone as verbs. They always need auxiliary verbs. Notice too that the last three verbs in the chart form the past tense and the past participle with D or ED. Verbs that do this are called regular verbs. Verbs like speak, write, and sing are called irregular verbs. They form the past tense and the past participle by a change in spelling. Verbs used as adjectives. The present participle and the past participle can be used two ways. Sometimes they are the main verbs in a verb phrase. They are speaking now, they had spoken before. Sometimes the participles can do the work of an adjective. They too are able to modify nouns. Examine these phrases with present participles and past participles. Their smiling faces, your broken dishes, the whispering wind, the painted wagon, the barking dog are written reply. Prose.
To the market. Ma, come, let us go to the market. We can buy many things. I need lot of things. Take me to the market. John went to the market with his mother. Here is a vendor. He is selling potatoes and tomatoes. Do you want them? I don't want. But if you buy, I don't mind. You know, Ma, potatoes are rupees 20 a kg and tomatoes are rupees 30 a kg. Here is a vendor who is selling dals and flour. He is selling hot noodles. But Ma, I don't want them now. Ma, here is a pawn shop. You want to buy for grandpa some? Ma, this man is selling tea. Who will drink here? Ma, shall we buy fruit juice? Hi, ice cream. Can we buy one? But John's mother did not stop anywhere. Mother stopped only at farmer's market. She bought vegetables. John was upset. She paid the money at the counter. John walked through the market in silence. She took him to bakery to buy bread and buns. She took him to meat shop. She took him to florist. She took him to fruit shop. She took him to pottery shop. She took him to fish market. She took him to butcher shop. She took him to all the shops where she wants. But John did not get anything what he wants. He thought he must not go to market again with Ma. But he did not know that she got a present for him right before she bought anything else. She wants to give him only at home. If he goes with her quietly, he is sure to get because he was so nice all through.